Hi, this is Pontelis, and in this video I will show you a very nice game between Vladimir Zak and Rashid Nezhmetdinov. Vladimir Zak was a trainer of Boris Spassky and Viktor Korchnoi when they were young players, and Nezhmetdinov participating in preparation of Mikhail Tal when he became a world chess champion 1960. Also, Nezhmetdinov is probably the best attacker in history of chess, which nickname was Magician from Kazan. This game played 9 years before 1951. Zak has a white pieces and he started with d4, knight to f6, c4, g6, and we have a Benoni defense. Knight from b to c3, and Rashid played bishop to g7, Fianchetto variation of Benoni. Knight from g to f3, and Rashid castled king side. We have a g3. Zak wants to put his light square bishop to g2 because he wants to castle king side too. We have a first surprise from Nezhmetdinov Greek's corpus. He played c5, but Zak didn't capture the pawn on c5. He prolonged his pawn from d4 to d5, and let's see what will happen if pawn takes pawn. If pawn takes pawn, then queen to a5, knight is pinned so he cannot move, and black knight easily coming to e4, opening diagonal for the black square bishop attacking knight on c3. In that reason, Zak played d5. We have a e6 attacking pawn on d5, but Zak didn't capture pawn again. He wants to develop his pieces first, and he played bishop to g2 because knight is coming to g5 and opening diagonal for the light square bishop to attack this d5 field. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, and Rashid played d6, stopping white pawn to go further, and now then Zak castled king side. Black to move, and Rashid played knight to a6. What is the purpose of this move? Rashid wants to play knight to c7 because bishop is coming to f4 and knight to b5 and then to d6, so he wants to prevent Zak's moves, and he played knight to c7. We have a a4. This is protection for knight if comes to b5, and Zak played b6, not only to capture pawn if Zak play a5, but also to making a room for a bishop to come to b7. e4, and we have a knight to h5 attacking bishop on f4. Zak didn't retreat bishop to e3 or d2. He played bishop to g5 attacking queen on d8, so Rashid has a choice: knight to f6, bishop to f6, or pawn to f6, or maybe queen to d7 or e8. He played pawn to f6, and now then Zak move bishop on e3, but not for a while because Rashid's next move is f5 attacking pawn on e4, and Zak simply returned back his bishop on g5 attacking queen again. Queen to d7, pawn takes pawn, queen takes on f5, and Zak played queen to d2, watching on bishop on g5, also protecting pawn on d5. Rashid played bishop to b7. Pressure is on the pawn on d5, and we have a rook from f to e1 targeting e7 field, so Rashid played rook to f7 defending, rook from a to d1, more pressure is on the pawn on d5, and Rashid played queen to d7 because knight is coming to h4. White to move, and Zak played bishop to e3. This is a bad move because he blocked e-file for the rook. Better move was bishop to f4. We have a bishop to e3, and Rashid played knight to f6, forcing pressure on pawn on d5 field. Zak played knight to g5 attacking rook on f7, also making protection for a bishop to come to h3 attacking queen on d7, so Rashid move his rook from f to e7, bishop to h3, queen to e8 in line with rook, and Zak played knight to e6, attacking knight on c7, also bishop on g7. Rashid captured knight with knight, and Zak captured knight with bishop. This is check, and we have a critical position of the game. Rashid to move and to play king to h8 or f8, or rook takes bishop on e6. He calculates 5 moves away and he sacrifices his rook on e6. Rook takes bishop, pawn takes rook, but not taking. Queen to c6 in line with light square bishop to deliver checkmate on g2 or h1. So Zak move his king from g to f1. This is check. King to e2, check again. King to f1. Rashid made a move and Zak resigned. The move is knight to g4. Zak resigned because there is no chance for the king to escape. Knight is coming to h2 and queen on f3. We can stop here and let's see possible continuations if king goes to d3. If king goes to d3, then first line goes like this. Bishop to a6, check, king to c2, knight to e4, attacking queen on d2, knight takes knight, queen takes, check again, king to c1, queen takes, pawn on a4 and preparing a1. And if example Zak played queen to c2, attacking queen, then queen to a1 check, king to d2, queen to a5 check, and checkmate because bishop is on g7. Second line, if Rashid played c4 and king takes on c4. If king takes, then rook to c8 check, and if king goes to d3, then knight to e4, first attacking queen, knight takes knight, bishop takes knight, checkmate. If king goes to b3, then knight to e4, attacking queen, knight takes knight, queen takes knight, king to a3, and rook to c2, attacking queen. If queen takes rook, then checkmate, and if queen to d3, then Rashid will play bishop to b2, attacking queen in his style, attacking king, sorry, king to b3, and Zak will lose his queen. And let's see one more line. If Zak didn't capture the pawn on c5 and goes to c2, then knight to e4, attacking queen, knight takes knight, queen takes check, king to c1, rook to c8, protecting pawn with the queen. And if example Zak played queen to c2, then queen takes on e4, king to b1, bishop to e4, attacking queen. Queen is pinned, so he cannot move, and rook to d3, unspinning. Then bishop will take rook, queen take bishop, pawn takes, and rook to d1, black rook to c2, preparing bishop to b2, king to a1, bishop to d2 check, king to b1, and queen to b3. In all of variations, black is much better than white, and that is all for now. Bye and play like Rashid.